Hello and welcome to this edition of Icon. In this program, we talk to people from all walks of life from around the world. And the question we are asking today is, what does it take to be a top-class chef, like Michelin two-star chef? And we'll talk to one of them. This is Icon. At one time, Rolf Fliegauf was Europe's youngest two-Michelin-star chef. Born in Germany, he derives his inspiration from the Swiss canton of Ascona, especially its herbs and small leaf salads, where his Ecco restaurant won him the first of his Michelin stars.
Thank you to the Swiss Embassy and to the ambassador. Traditional dishes from Switzerland.
Rolf Fliegauf's future career became clear at an early age. As a child, he enjoyed nothing more than spending his time in the kitchen of his parents' restaurant. Today, he is one of Europe's most decorated chefs. His award-winning cuisine is celebrated for its combination of high-quality craftsmanship and sophisticated individuality. Welcome to Beijing. Not the first time in China, but first time in Beijing.
That's absolutely correct.
So what brought you here? I know we have the gastronomic week here going on. That's exactly why you're here.
Definitely, yes. We are here for the Swiss Gastronomic Week. That's why we came all the way along from Switzerland.
Wow, that must be a very important week then, since they are bringing you all the way from Switzerland to Beijing. So what did you bring this time?
Switzerland is very famous for chocolate, it's very famous for cheese, but it's not the only thing. So I think the gastronomic culture in Switzerland, the young creative chefs, the scene is growing and growing, and that's what we try to showcase also here in Beijing.
My impression about Swiss food probably is fondue. That's all I know about Swiss food. So if there is one sentence describing Swiss food, then what would it be?
So it's like you mentioned, the fondue is very popular. I think the traditional Swiss cooking is very heavy and rustic, and that's what we try to reinterpret it in a new version, in a modern version, and more light, more elegant, and that's a new way.
The word you just now mentioned is being creative. So is this kind of a fusion style of foods that you're going to create, that your cooking's with the traditional techniques, but at the same time with some modern touch?
Yeah, so the basic idea is a traditional dish, and then a modern twist, maybe also with international flavors. Very open and in a creative way.
Have you started your week already here in Beijing?
Started on 2 days ago. So we are in the middle of.
So how did it go with the local diners?
No, very, very well. I felt very comfortable, get very warm welcomed, and also got a lot of support here from the local people. All are very, very friendly. Really nice to be here. Rolf Fliegauf. I'm head chef of the Ecco restaurants in Switzerland, and you're watching Icon.
You're the Michelin two-star chef, and as you're the youngest one.
In the past, of course, I'm getting older and older, but it's nearly 10 years ago I was the youngest chef with 2 Michelin stars. Not ever, but during that time.
Well, I mean, the thing is, how did you get into this? How did you find out your interest in this?
So it was always clear when I was young. My parents, they had their own restaurant. I always stayed in the kitchen. I preferred to stay in the kitchen and to play with other children outside. It was always clear. It was not a decision. It was clear I want to be a chef when I was young.
You just knew it?
Yes.
It's because that experience. You spent a lot of time in the kitchen with your parents.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I didn't think about it. We didn't talk about it. It was clear when I was young. Oh, I want to be a chef, and yeah.
Yeah,
No
young, how
change
young
in-
at the time?
About 4 or 5 years
4
old.
or 5 years old?
Yes.
And you were cooking for the family?
No, no.
Not really?
No, not really, not really.
So what did they say, your parents?
So they didn't say anything. They said, this is your decision, do whatever you want. If you want to do it, we would, of course, we are very open to it, and we would love it, but don't feel any pressure from our side to take over the restaurant, or you have to do your own thing, and yeah.
I mean, to be cooking is one thing, to be a chef is probably another. And in the very beginning, parents would say, well, it's, you know, just cooking. It's not really a career for a brighter future. Did they also have the concern at the time?
I don't think so, because they also don't do any fine dining stuff. A very easy restaurant, very local, with traditional Bavarian and Swabian food.
Yeah.
So it was in Germany, and yeah, so they didn't, nobody expect something like that could be happen.
So when you were little and when you first started, what was the interest or the fun that you found in cooking?
So the interest was, yeah, in the beginning I was always fascinated about what happened in the kitchen.
With the utensils and the fire.
Of course, the
Yeah.
busy times, everybody's running, a few people are a little bit shouting, so I was always fascinated about it. And yeah, when I did my apprenticeship, it's getting more and more, and yeah, I got a restaurant guide in my hands. It's called Gomio, and I read about a very famous chef in Germany I didn't know before. I thought, okay, I want to go there. I want to train there. I want to work for him, and yeah, that's what I did. That it's getting more and more interesting, more higher level, and that was a start.
Is it the smile of the diners in this restaurant after they've tasted your dish? Or is it when the moment when you see, when you put all these materials together and you, after your processing, they become all the dishes, the delicious, you know, wonderful, great-looking dish right in front of you? When is the moment that you feel most rewarded?
All together, and especially when the guys came and said, also the diners are happy with it, we talk to the people, of course it's a big moment, but also if you create a new dish, you feel very happy about it. Before you start putting it on a menu, this is also when you go to your team, you try your dish and you say, yes, it's done. Of course, it's also a special moment, yes.
Like you said, 10 years ago, you became the youngest two-star Michelin chef. How important was that to you?
So I didn't expect it.
You
I
didn't?
have to say it. I didn't expect it because, yeah, I was really young, and I thought we were not as good as they thought maybe. But yeah, it's always a process to go with, or you are awarded, and it's yeah, you can be proud of it, and it's good for the team, but it's also a lot of pressure, I have to say.
Pressure coming from expectations?
I think so, yes. Expectations from the diners, expectations from your clients, but also expectations I have on my own.
So what is it like to you and in your profession to win this title? And then did it push you further, or is it more like, okay, yeah, probably I've done something, I've achieved something?
Push further, definitely. Now, when we got the first Michelin star, it was really, really nice, and yeah, it was also the start to work for the second one, and after the second one, yeah, it took me 1 year to realize what happened and to be comfortable with it, and then we said, okay, let's go, let's move forward yeah, for the third one, for the last one. But it doesn't happen so far, but hopefully in future time.
A reward, 2-star, 3-star, that's the recognition in the industry. But in terms of cooking, in terms of what you've been, you know, passionate about doing since when you were a child, is there a point say, yes, that's the Mountain Everest, I want to get there one day?
Step by step. the Everest was first the first Michelin star, and then the second, and now it's the third. And yeah, it's getting always higher, but after the third one, you cannot climb anymore. But yeah, I don't want to think too much about it. It's I don't want to pressure myself too much, and so I feel very comfortable.
How would you describe this profession, to be a chef?
It's a beautiful profession. It's very, very nice. I love it, but it's also a hard business. You have to work very hard. It's tough. Of course, it's very stressful, especially during the sessions, like lunch session and dinner session. But it's yeah, working together in a team. It's very, very interesting. People come from different countries together in one small kitchen, try to create and to cook something very special to make people happy.
Some say cooking, or to be a chef, is an art. Is it?
I hope so. We try to do something special, and yeah, of course, you can call it art also.
Yeah, I mean, to be an artist is not easy. People like Lang Lang, or pianists, or other artists, they will have to practice every day, a few hours, you know, each day, no matter how tired they are. Do you also keep practicing to some extent?
Of course, it's important to practice. It's not only practice the skills you have, but it's also about sourcing new products, sourcing the best products, new producers, and yeah, but also train yourself, train your team, practice every day. Especially when we are working for new dishes. New dishes. We try to work with new techniques, new machines or whatever. It's really important, and also sourcing new products. That's very, very important. Yeah? It's always learning every day.
Do you always come up with this new dishes, new skills, and new ways of cooking?
Sometimes it's like a process. It's not like you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I have the idea to work with on a new dish with that one. It's a lot of inspiration, but it's also a lot of thinking about it, a lot of, yeah, trying also. Sometimes we try a dish for 3-4 weeks and we say, okay, it's not what we expect, next one. Yeah, so it's always yeah, it goes step by step.
How did you come up with this new ideas? Any inspirations at all?
There are inspiration, especially the surroundings of the nature, definitely. Normally, me and my team, we're going to the forest and picking some wild herbs and flowers, and yeah, like ramson or different wild herbs we pick on our own. And we thought about, look at these, all the colored fallen leaves with the chestnuts and the stones on in the forest. It looks so beautiful. And we say, oh, we have to do it. We have to bring the taste and the beautiness of the nature here into a plate. And yeah, that's why we create a dessert. So we call it our petit fours. It looks on a plate. It looks like a forest. So there are edible, crunchy leaves with the taste of wood. Or we found some. We did some fake mushrooms, something like that. And that's yeah, ideas where you get your inspiration from. Often it's nature.
It does sound very artistic. When you go somewhere, when you see something, and then you're inspired by that, and you bring that back. For a painter, probably it's reflected on the canvas, but for you, it's reflected on the plate.
Absolutely, yes.
And also on the experience of the diners when they come. Yeah, this is exactly, it tastes like the forest you just visited. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, and also to bring the beautiness of the autumn on a plate, yeah? Or not only from the autumn, but from the forest, from the nature, to bring the nature on the plate. Our cooking style is very naturally, and that's what we show to our clients also.
Chinese tradition of cooking, basically they would look at how it smells, how it looks, and how it tastes. These are like the fundamental criteria for Chinese cooking. Any differences at all?
No, I don't think so. It's nearly the same. First of all, it's taste, of course. The smell, how it looks, and we also try to make a kitchen for all senses. It's also about to feel the feeling you have, the mouth feeling, with the crunchy parts, with the soft parts. That's really important also for us to make it interesting.
Do you also try to tell a story through your dishes?
We try to tell stories where our products came from and about these dishes inspired by, but it still has to be a dinner
taste.
or a dish that the people can experience, and we don't want to talk too much about it.
Well, in terms of talking, this is something different, probably Chinese and Western, because Chinese chefs, they tend to be, like you said, hiding in the kitchen. We don't really normally see them, and sometimes we see the name, a little label on the side of the plate. This is, cooked by this cook.
Yeah.
While mostly we don't really get to talk to them, but you said you would just come out and to communicate with the diners, see how they like it.
Absolutely. Especially in one restaurant, we rebuilt it. It's brand new, and it's an open concept. The people come from the restaurant into the kitchen because it's very close
into
to
the kitchen.
Into the kitchen, all is open. So talking to the chefs, to myself, it's very, it's very easy, and it's funny to not only to see the guests to say hello or goodbye, to have the dialogue between the menu. It's really, really nice.
Is it important to you?
It's very important also to get feedback, and I think it's we try to keep it as easy as we can, not too formal. It should be easy, it should be cool, and if the people come during their dinner or during their menu to talk to, it's very easy.
Do you cook for yourself or do you cook for others?
For both. I love to cook, so that's why I do it, but also for other people. That is the recognition from diners, the feeling to make them happy. It's very, very important. But also, I love to cook, so I do it for both, of course, for our clients, but also for myself.
For yourself, for your own fun, for your own pleasure.
Yes.
In Chinese cooking, the tradition is sometimes cooking is not just cooking. It goes beyond that. It's also kind of the flavor of the dish. It's kind of related to our lives and how we feel in our lives. The bitterness, the sweetness, the sourness, and everything is exactly what we're going to experience in real life, a different aspect. Do you also get to see that from that angle?
I didn't think about it, but like you say, it makes sense. The bitterness, the sweetness, of course, you have like you have in the kitchen. It's also like in your life, and up and down, and makes sense.
We talked about whether it's art or not. You said it might be, it might not be, but it's more like this is more like a skill-centered profession, cooking, that you would like to concentrate on, you would like to upgrade, you would like to come up with some new thoughts and new ideas. That's what you wanted to do.
Absolutely, yes. This is very important for me also to don't only to do the tradition. It's nice, but it's too boring for me. I want to create something. I want to work on, and I can push myself every day to be creative, to think about what can we do, new things, new inspirations. That's really, really important, and that keeps me alive.
So most important thing, skills or passion?
Passion.
Passion.
Yeah,
I thought
absolutely.
you were going to say both.
Yeah, but first, the passion is more important than the skills, because if you have a lot of skills, but you don't have passion for it, I think passion is more important than skills.
Plus skills, and plus you have the thought to create something new. So let's work together to create something new then. Not working together. Basically, I'm going to support you to create something very, very unique for our Ta-da! Hello, Rolf.
Hello.
Here comes the mission.
Here comes the mission.
Mission number 1. You get to choose either a black chicken, black boned chicken. Have you seen this before?
I haven't.
It's black skinned, got some tan maybe in the sunshine, and the bones are also black.
Really?
Yeah, it's also black. It's in and out, it's all black.
Makes sense.
You can choose either chicken or crayfish as the main ingredients to go with these very much Chinese ingredients too. You have that, right? Allowed by the mission to design one dish to go with one of this.
Okay.
Have you made up your mind?
Big challenge, but I'm a little bit afraid of the chicken.
You go with this?
Yes, I will go with the beautiful crayfish.
Ooh, poor chicken, black bone chicken. They're not to be chosen. They're often seen in China, especially in the late night restaurant, and on the street you see many restaurants cooking crayfish, but mostly in the Sichuan way. It's all spiced up. Ooh, I've never seen how there's a Michelin 2-star chef working on that. Here we go.
Okay, we start roasting.
I thought you were going to throw them away.
No, it's a lot of very good taste in it, so I don't want to throw it away.
All right. You're supposed to use some of them.
I will try. Star anise, looks good. Szechuan pepper, of course. Bay leaf. No.
Can I just throw something in and then you save it? Ooh.
Oh, it tastes good. Should be some, wine.
It's wine, yeah. Okay. 料酒.
But what is that? What is it?
When you cook meat, actually we use a lot of this to go with chicken or pork, and sometimes we just put some in.
Right,
It's for me anyway, right? It's just the orange skin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dried one? Or?
Yeah, dried one.
Yeah.
But, like we call mature one. No problem. No problem with that. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Bean paste or bean, yeah. This is the bean paste. Lao Ganma, world famous, all Chinese living in China or overseas. They just need this to go with rice when the dishes are not to their taste. They have everything in there.
Everything in there.
Just wondering. Ching
Ching,
ching. Here we are. So, which is which? This is now the crayfish, and this is the
This is my dish, the
scallops.
scallops.
The
yes.
scallop to go with this. Two questions. What's the name of this one?
Yeah, I would call it the European Chinese crayfish.
All right, okay. European Chinese crayfish. Yeah, it's a cross-continental dish. And why did you decide to do this to go with this?
Now it's one of our signature dishes. It's a raw marinated and marbled scallop. It's a showcase of our kitchen. A lot of acidity, a lot of freshness, citrus
Right.
fruits and different textures.
Right.
Yeah.
So, which one shall I go with first?
I think that one because
That
it's
one.
more light.
Here we go.
So it's like a variation of cucumber to have the different textures also.
Cucumbers. European way,
With the Chinese ingredients.
totally different from what we have on the streets in Beijing.
Of course, it's the Chinese kitchen is very flavorful,
Yeah.
but sometimes for me it's too much flavors. You can't taste the original product.
Great, mission accomplished. So let me ask you this. Cooking, what is cooking to you? Is it your love, your life, or just a job?
Of course, it's a big, big love and a big part of my life.
Big
not,
part-
not only a job,
No, okay.
but also not just life.
Not
it's
all of
not,
your life.
Not all of my life. No, it's not. I love to work, but life is too beautiful just to work.
Nice. And this is, maybe it's the best, it's a blessing to do something that you love as your job.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. For
My
your time.
pleasure.
Ching ching.
My pleasure. Chin chin.